There are few things as fun as an AK range day. But part of what makes it so fun is the affordable steel-cased 7.62x39 ammunition. Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical. It's good to be here again. Friday video on the schedule as usual. I want to thank everyone that has subscribed to the channel, liked, commented, or shared. You guys are awesome. If you couldn't tell from the intro, today's video has to do with this. Steel-cased 7.62x39 ammo, or you might know it as AK food. So, one of the great things about the AK, one of them, because there's a lot of great things about the AK, is the cheap Russian steel-cased ammunition. But, if you remember, a little while back, President Joe Biden, Brandon, whatever you want to call him, put in place a Russian ammo ban, a ban on the import of Russian ammunition. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today because I think I've found a solution. So, let's get started. Love me an AK in 7.62x39. So as I've said before, AKs are a lot of fun. Is this my shit hit the fan rifle, my go to war rifle? It very well could be, but you know, I do feel just a little more comfortable, a little more confident with an AR-15 style rifle. But I love the AK. It's just a ton of fun to shoot. And it's got a lot of, it's just classic, you know, it's got a lot of character. This is a 1967 Romanian Wasser 1063. I know I've featured it on the channel a couple times in the past. This video isn't so much about the AK as about what you feed your AK. And what I've generally run through this has been like Tula, you know, cheap steel-cased 7.62x39. And this AK eats up that kind of ammo. It runs great. This is the only firearm that I own that I regularly run steel-cased ammo through. In fact, in this firearm, I only run steel-cased ammo. But in all of my other firearms, I never run steel-cased ammo. It just is the way it is. The rest of them, while they probably could run steel just fine, they like brass better. And brass is easier to find for like 5.56, 223, 9mm, 45 ACP, all those other calibers that all the guns behind me run. Now, AKs, they're known for running steel, and they were made for running steel. They've got a little bit looser tolerances, and in fact, most of them actually run steel better than brass. I'm also not trying to necessarily use this as a precision rifle, so I don't mind running the cheaper ammunition through it. Although, people saying that the AK is not accurate, I have found this to be very accurate, so there is that. But anyway, one of the great things about it is that steel-cased ammunition is relatively cheap compared to brass-cased ammo, especially Russian steel-cased ammo. But President Biden, a couple months back, instituted a ban on Russian ammunition. And so at the time, I was a little worried. I had only recently purchased this AK, and I was wondering how that was going to affect the ammo supply. And for a long time, it didn't matter at all. I was still able to get Russian steel-cased 7.62x39. The price of it went up a little bit, but it was still cheaper than a box of 5.56 or something that I would run in either my ARs. So that made it really fun to go to the range. You could mag dump a bunch of ammo and not feel guilty about it. Well, the last time that I found steel case ammo in my local gun store was this Max Tech, and I bought them out. I bought all of it because I wasn't seeing it around as much anymore, and I was starting to get concerned that it was going to be harder to find. So I bought all of it, and I kind of saved it for a little while because I wasn't finding any more, even online at the regular places that I'd gotten it from in the past. And they were restocking 7.62x39, but brass case, Bellum, which is supposed to be really good ammunition, and some of the American brands producing brass case 7.62x39, but it was very expensive. Instead of, $8.99 for a box of 20, it was like $16.99 for a box of 20. More than that in some cases. So it was, between 75 cents and $1 around. And at that cost, it was actually more expensive to shoot the AK than it is to go shoot one of my ARs. And so I was just kind of sitting on this ammo for a while, wondering if that ammo ban had finally caught up with itself and if all those contracts to import had been used up or something, I've been trying to pay attention to the details on that stuff, but I knew that there was a certain amount of contracts that were already issued, and those were still able to come through. But then the war between Russia and Ukraine broke out, and I didn't know how that was going to affect the import of Russian ammunition versus the stock we already had in this country, and so on and so forth. And so I kind of didn't shoot my AK for a while because I was wondering, was I going to be able to get the ammo that I wanted for it? I'm on email lists from a lot of gun manufacturers to get their, daily deals and their whatever, because I've ordered parts and stuff from them. So one of them that I'm on an email list and I get the emails from is Palmetto State Armory. And one of the big things that I was really hoping when this whole Russian ammo ban thing came about is that the American ammunition manufacturers would fill up that hole in the market when the time came to do so. And it seems like that time is finally coming. Besides the price of ammunition in general coming down, which is really nice for all the calibers that I regularly shoot, I recently found this on Palmetto State Armory, 250 rounds of 7.62x39. This is from Ammo Incorporated. As far as I know, it's good ammo. It's non-corrosive. 122 grain steel case ammo. This is it right here. It looks good, and it's produced in the U.S. So, and the price was good. See, that's the thing. 250 rounds of this ammo was 99 bucks. So it's about 40 cents a round, I think it comes out to. And I just spilled it all over the place. But that was a better deal than any of this brass cased ammo that I've been seeing in my local store. And so I jumped on it. I'm hoping that this ammo turns out to be really good. What I did first, I took my AK out for a range day and started going through the stuff I'd been sitting on. And I'm not very happy with this stuff. I'm going to show you some of that footage now. Russian ammo ban? What Russian ammo ban? Getting some light primer strikes. Must have some very hard primers here. Having trouble igniting some of them. So as you can see from that footage, I was having a lot of really hard primers, and I've not had light primer strikes or anything like that with this AK, with any other ammo. In many hundreds of rounds, I've had maybe 2 light primer strikes with some like Tula steel case or something. But I was having lots of them with this ammo specifically. And this is Russian imported ammo. And after you see that I like racked a bunch of those rounds out and stuff, well, I loaded those all back up in a magazine afterward, and they did fire. Some of them on the second time, you know, some of them on the third hammer strike. So I think that these just have very, very hard primers. I still got 60, I've got 120 rounds of that left. I'm going to go through it and see how it goes. I'm really hoping that that is not the case with this ammo incorporated stuff. And I'm thinking it won't be. I didn't go out and test this just yet because I like to kind of rotate my ammo. So I wanted to go through the Russian stuff that I'd been holding on to first before I, you know, got into this bucket of ammo. But my point here is that there are American companies, or at least an American company, trying to fill the gap in the market for Russian steel-cased ammunition, making American steel-cased AK ammunition 7.62 by 39. And I think that's something that any of us that have AKs should be happy about. It seems like when all that Russian ammo does finally dry up, hopefully we'll still be able to feed our AKs with good, cheap steel-cased ammo. Now, I know it hasn't dried up yet because since buying this, my local gun store got restocked with this stuff. But since shooting a bunch of it, I'm not so sure that's the ammo I really want. The price is right, but with those hard primers, kind of makes the shooting experience not so great. An AK is known for reliability, and, you know, if you're going to have rounds not go off, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of the reliability, right? So, I hope this video was helpful or entertaining or informative to you in some way. I just love shooting the AK. It is a really fun gun. It's got a lot of character. I think it looks sexy as hell. But guns are no good sitting in your safe. They're meant to be used. And if you guys pay attention to my channel at all, you see that I go out shooting every single weekend. I shoot at least a few of these. And I like to have fun. I like to put ammo down range. That's the whole point of these things. So, and if you don't practice, you're not going to be any good if and when you do need to use one. So you got to get out there and use it. And the only way you could do that is if you have ammo. And I love Palmetto State Armory for the prices that they offer. And I'm really happy that an American company is stepping up and making steel-cased ammo. If you like this video at all, please leave me a like. Please subscribe to the channel. Please leave me a comment on, you know, maybe you already knew about this way before I did. But let me know if you are still finding good, cheap Russian ammo for your AK, or if that's become a problem for you where you live. I would love to know. Also, check out my Amazon affiliate link down below. Anything you buy on Amazon after you click that link within the next 24 hours gives the channel a little kickback. Helps buy things like Russian ammo to go shoot the AK and make videos. There's also a link to my Patreon down below. If you want to join that Patreon, that is the easiest way to support the channel, and it is greatly appreciated. So from Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.